So we will talk about the Selenium Tool, the Selenium Introduction and many other things. So Selenium is a cross-browser testing tool. It provides the capability to run your script across the browser. So you write one script and the same test script can be executed against multiple browsers, right? So you can, by using the same script, you can validate your application behavior on multiple browsers. It is open source. When we say open source, it does not cost any license. So anyone can configure the Selenium on his machine and can start working on it. When we talk of Selenium, so it is basically a package, or in other words, I would say it as a family of tools or a collection of tools. And these tools have been created with a specific problem in mind. The first tool in Selenium family is Selenium IDE, which is a Firefox plugin. So basically it works on top of Mozilla Firefox browser and it's provide the record and playback facility. So for the people who may have the prior exposure with other automation tool, they must be knowing what is record and playback. Record and playback works in a fashion that you launch the tool, switch on the recording mode, complete one workflow on your application which is in the test, and then switch off the recording mode. So the record and playback tool will generate the test script for each action performed on the application. Right. Similar way, the Selenium IDE also works. It is a Firefox plugin and provides record and playback features. So what we need to do is that we install the Selenium IDE on Firefox browser, open the IDE, switch on the recording mode, complete one workflow on your application which is under test, and once the workflow is complete, switch off the recording mode. The Selenium IDE will generate the test script for the actions performed on the application. It provides the features like any other modern record and playback tool like breakpoint, starting point, slow and fast execution, synchronization, modification of the script, right? It also provides the capability to export your script in other programming languages like Java, C#, Python, Ruby, right? It is very useful while creating the prototype. If you want to create a small prototype on a small application, Selenium IDE is very useful. Uh, as we know, and the people have learned it by experience, that the record and playback tools had certain limitations. For example, if you want to automate an complex application or to automate a application or a project which has large number of test cases, then this record and playback tools have certain limitations. To cater to this kind of projects which are complex in nature and which has a large number of test cases, or where requirement is to run the same script across the multiple browsers, the Selenium WebDriver is the tool for your requirement. So this tool, we need to write the test script in a programming language like Java, Python, C# or any other, and we need a language editor like Eclipse IntelliJ. It allows to write the script over there. The Selenium WebDriver can be integrated with unit testing framework like TestNG for reading the test data from third-party files like Excel, Notepad, or any other file. We need it can be integrated with the Apache POE or Java JXL library file. It can be integrated with Jenkins, the continuous integration tool for the CI purpose. It can be integrated with Apache Ant for the build creation, Apache Maven for build creation and dependency management. It can be integrated with HTML library tool for generating the HTML library files. So Selenium WebDriver is a very dynamic tool, and it can be integrated. It is an open-ended tool, and so can be integrated with any tools, and we can create a automation solution which caters to the large number of test cases and complex projects. So if you want to do serious automation, then Selenium WebDriver is the tool we should spend time on. The third member of Selenium family is Selenium Grid, which provides the distributed and parallel execution capability. So when I say distributed, so we can distribute our test execution across execution machine. Something like this, and your test will be executed in all of these nodes. These are first node, this is the A node, this is B node, this is C node. So all of each of these circles represent one execution machine. So we can distribute our tests across the machines. Parallel execution: assume that your project has 1000 test cases and that needs to be executed, and it takes around 10 hours to complete the execution of the whole suite. Now, using the Selenium Grid, we can distribute this test case execution on 3 different machines, 300 on each machine. So the effective execution time will be reduced, and it will be the new execution time will be 1/3 of the earlier time. So you can reduce your execution time by 1/3. Similar way, if your requirement is to validate your application against multiple browsers like Microsoft Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, then at the same time you can run your script across the browsers using the same script. So that things are possible using the Selenium Grid tool. So this tool provides us the capability to do the distributed testing and the parallel testing. And current market scenario where there are multiple browsers in market, and all the application needs to run on all these browsers, then Selenium Grid is the tool of our. It helps us, it facilitates us to run the script across the multiple browsers. We can create a small execution lab, test execution lab in our company, where one machine is hub and there are multiple execution machine, and we can trigger the execution whenever we want. In the same time, execution time, our script will be run, will have completed run on IE browser, Firefox browser, and Chrome browser. So that is the purpose of Selenium Grid. Collectively, these three tools makes the Selenium family. Now, the next question comes that why Selenium? There are multiple tools which are available in market. Why should I go for Selenium? So the first thing is Selenium is a very powerful and dynamic tool. Second, it has a large, I would say that vast community of practitioners. So at any time if you are stuck at a point on any of the Selenium issue, then you can find the solutions quite easily, and the community practitioner will help you in fixing the problem. It is open source, so it does not cost any money for you, for your company, for your client also, right? The browser and environment supported. So Selenium supports all the environments. When I say environment, it works on Windows machine, Unix machine, Linux machine, Solaris machine, as well as on the Apple machines. In terms of browser, it supports all the browsers like Firefox, Mozilla, Chrome, Opera, Safari, and etc. Selenium WebDriver Overview. Right. So Selenium, as we saw that Selenium is an open source tool which provides the capability to perform operations on the browsers. So when I say browsers, it can perform operations on Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Microsoft Internet Explorer. When we say it provides the capability to interact with browsers, means it provides us all the methods and operations which we can use to perform certain actions on the browsers. Right. So those are the things we do with the Selenium WebDriver. While talking about the defining a test strategy for automation, so we need to ask our client that which are the browsers that they use, which are the browsers which they are using, or what are the browsers they are using first, and which browser has the lion's share in terms of used by their customers. So basically the purpose of defining a test strategy is that we need to zero down that which are the areas where we need to focus on, right? And again, when we want to work on Selenium, we need to select a programming language. And in order to be very proficient in writing test cases and write the test cases quickly, we need to select the right programming language. And as we know that Selenium supports multiple programming languages like Java, C Sharp, Python, Ruby. So it's again a debating topic that which programming language shall I go for and shall you go for writing your script. The If you compare all the programming languages, the 80 to 90% construct across the programming languages are same, right? And if you go by the conventional wisdom, you should start writing your script in the programming language you are aware of, you know about them. Because if you will start learning a new programming language, it will take some time. For this tutorial session, I will be implementing Selenium using the Java programming language. And there are certain reasons behind selecting the Java programming language. As of now, the maximum number of implementation for Selenium has happened using the Java programming language. And as we know that Java is a very popular language and very powerful too. So because of its popularity, finding the resources and finding the running code on Java is quite easy. And again, the code writing on Java is easy compared to any other programming languages. Editor and all those things are also easily available. In Java world, there are two editors which are very popular. One is Eclipse and second is IntelliJ. So you can choose any of these two editors for your purpose, and they will be editors are basically used to write the code. Now we have done enough from the introduction part. Now we should start configuring the Selenium. So first thing we need is we need to install JDK on our machine. So open the browser. I have opened the Mozilla Firefox and search for link JDK. Download JDK. You need to download the JDK or Java in case Java is not installed on your machine. If it is installed, then it's fine. But make sure that you have the Java which is higher version than Java JDK 1.6. Right. So open the first link from the Google result. It will take you to the Oracle website which has the Java, and from here you can download the JDK based on your machine versions. Like if you have 32-bit flavor, download the 32-bit Java. If you have 64-bit flavor machine, then download the 64-bit Java. Right. Once Java is installed, then set the Java variables like Java underscore home and add the Java underscore home into the path. Right. Now the next thing is that install the Mozilla Firefox browsers. So again, go to the Google and search for download Firefox browser and open the first link, it will open you to the Mozilla Firefox and download the Firefox browser. At the time of downloading or installing the Firefox browser, I would advise that go for the N-1 version. So whatever be the latest version, go for one prior version, because sometimes what happens that with the latest version of the browser there may be some issue, and the Selenium community may require some time to fix those issues. So it's safe to go for the N-1 versions. Okay. Once you have installed the Firefox browser, then install on the Firefox browser install the add-ins FirePath and Firebug. So these are the two add-ins which helps us first to inspect the web element from the application, and second they help us in creating or generating the XPath as well as CSS identifier for the web element. So you need to click on the add to Firefox, it will get added and it will ask to restart your machine. Same way you need to add the Firebug. These two add-ins we need to install, the FirePath and Firebug on the Mozilla Firefox, and they helps us in inspecting the element. Now as I had said earlier that the Selenium provides the capability to run our script across the browser, so we need to install the other browsers. So if it is installed then fine, if not then again open the Google and type the download Chrome and download. This link will open, install the Chrome browser. Same way install the Microsoft IE browsers, whichever version you like, 8, 9, 10, 11, just install it. Once you are done with the installation of the browsers, Firefox and the two add-on FirePath, Firebug, the Chrome browser, IE, JDK, then you need to download or install the Eclipse. So Eclipse cannot be installed, it is downloaded as a dump, right? So as we have selected the Java for the implementation language as an implementation language for our tutorial, so we will download the Eclipse versions for Java. So search for the Eclipse, go to the download section, there again the first link. Now from here we will download the Eclipse IDE for Java developer. This is the our choice. Even if you have downloaded the any other like Eclipse IDE for Java EE developer, that will work, but why to go for the complex one? This is the simplest one and it will work fine for us. And the download link is here, 32-bit or 64-bit flavor based on your machine configuration. You download this. Once you will download this Eclipse, it will come something as a G file, something like this, Eclipse Java Mars, and then you need to something like this, and then you need to extract this. Once you will extract the Eclipse and open the extracted folder, you will see the icons and folders like this. This is the Eclipse which we need to double click in order to open the Eclipse. It is simple, just right click, create a desktop icon for the ease of use, double click on it, it will launch the Eclipse editor on your machines. So once it is successfully launched, it is not throwing error, it means we are done with the configuration of our environment. In the next session we will resume with the script writing.